Hello, everyone. My name is Irving Zavaleta, and I use he, him, his, él pronouns, and I am North Carolina Campus Compact Assistant Director. Welcome again to SEAC 2020, and today we're going to go into a deep dive into strategies for social media engagement in higher education. But we cannot start a social media deep dive if we don't follow each other. So please open up your social media accounts and find NC Campus Compact on all of our accounts. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is the same social media handle. And so this is our Instagram account. Please follow us or like us on Facebook. And throughout the session, I would like us to use our network's official hashtag, which is NC Engage Campus. Again, NC Engage Campus. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. There are several social media platforms out there, but we're going to be focusing on them. We're going to be having an overview on each one of them, and then we're going to be also looking at when is the best time to post. And then we're going to review a case scenario. See if you're taking notes. All right, so I want us to pause for a little bit, and I want us to think about what do you think about your social media set of your center, office, or program? What will people looking at your social media accounts, your students, your collaborators, your other departments, centers on campus, administrators, community partners, if they were to be looking at your social media right now, what do you think they will say about your account? I'll give you a couple moments. Please type them in the chat box. Oh, I see someone. Okay, great, perfect. All right, let's read a few of this. Inconsistent posting. We partner with a variety of local organizations. Great. We celebrate service in the college context. Identity crisis. So many departments posting in one account. We're trying to educate our campus about what we are versus what we're not. Student focus. Awesome. Lots of information, almost flyer overload. All right, so it's important for you all to know what will your audience think about, because throughout this session, when we're looking at these platforms, I want us to be thinking about who is your audience. Is it mostly students on Instagram? Is it alumni? Is it partner organizations, administrators? Who is your audience? And how are we engaging that audience? What is your tone of voice, for instance? What does your personality look like on these social media platforms? So let's get started with Facebook. Facebook started in 2004, and it's kind of like the parent of social media accounts, if you will. It's very loud, it's noisy, and it's wonderful. Right now, it has over 2 billion active Facebook users. So you definitely want to be on Facebook. Facebook algorithm is a bit complex. So it's important to know that Facebook prioritizes videos that are made at home videos that are pulled from your share space as opposed to a link to YouTube or other similar social media accounts. So definitely you want to share your original content and share others, but be thinking that on Facebook, you want to post in a variety of things. You want to be sure that you include videos. You want to include photos of your service, of your trainings. You want to include text and memes. Why not? Right now, memes that involve quotes definitely resonates with students. And if your newsletter software allows, you might be able to include a link to your newsletter into Facebook. So just think about this. If you're sending your newsletter out and I'm having a busy day, so I don't have time to like open the newsletter right now, or if I do have time, I just like scroll it really quick, right? I don't have time to like perhaps read one article that I think it's very interesting, right? But if I go back home or once in my free time, I go and log in on Facebook, and then I see the newsletter again. Oh my goodness, I want to see the story. So that you expand your readership. All right, also very important. So Facebook, although for some people it might be old, right? It's usually the social media account that some people, especially millennials that were in the mid 2000s in college, that was their first social media account. They still keep that that account active, and even Generation Z use Facebook. Not all of them, but some of them still use Facebook. So with Facebook unique kind of audience, right? So we have students, we have alumni, we have partners, we have administrators on Facebook. You want to be sure that you pay attention to the insights, the strategic insights from Facebook data. It will give you an insight on your post reach for the last 28 days. You can see what kind of posts do better. You want to see if perhaps your audience like to see or like to review more links to articles, for instance, or they prefer pictures of people doing service. That will give you a lot of data. Talking about data, well, all right, I have a better understanding about Facebook, but when is it that I can post Facebook? It's very important that you come up with a strategy on when you're going to be posting on your social media accounts, all right? So if you can, it's better to, and Facebook can let you do that, to schedule your posts, unless it's something that is urgent that you definitely want to get the word out there. But let's look at Facebook. And we, to our advantage, the education setting is one of those sectors that is studied, and there's data on social media engagement. So let's see when students, faculty, and staff are using their Facebook. So right now we see that the best times to post on Facebook are definitely Wednesdays, 9 to 10, and Saturdays, 5 to 6. That was surprising to me. We'll see also that 10 to 11, Monday through Friday is a good time. And perhaps Wednesday has the highest engagement of the work week. All right, let's take a look at Instagram, one of my favorites. So on Facebook, you want to use, as we mentioned, share links to an article, even your newsletter, photos, memes. On Facebook, on Instagram, you really want to be sure that you use pictures, short videos, less than 60 seconds, and IGTV or Instagram TV. Now, the short videos, if they are less than 60 seconds, you can either sponsor a video, like we did for the NC Census Fellow and some of the TikTok videos on the census. And that will increase the level of viewership on your Instagram posts. And it's very effective. You can decide if you want to pay $10 or $50, the age group, and even your location. So it really gives you a good turnout for your money. If it is longer than a minute, you can post them as IGTV, as I mentioned. Instagram is all about having those vintage, those really artistic portrayals, those retro shots, those like behind the scene pictures. So think about if you are doing service, right? Or perhaps you're having an event on campus, Kid Fest, for instance, or you're hosting a STEM fair with different departments on campus, right? You want to be sure that on Instagram you post before the event, kind of the behind the pictures, setting up, perhaps students meeting to plan the event, and then also during the event and after the event, of course. Instagram is about being authentic. It's about being innovative and creative. You want to use hashtag and locations and Instagram. And you do want to be sure that you tag your partners, whether your organizations that you work with or the centers. On Instagram, you want to be sure that you rock those Instagram stories. Instant stories are the place to be. Instant stories are literally just 6 seconds on top of your Instagram profile. And you can just, instead of scrolling down, you can scroll to the sides and you can see your friends, the people that you follow, everything. And they're just 6 seconds, just a couple of seconds. So you do want to post the event, information of the event on your Instagram, and then have a couple instant stories. Because just think about it. If a student is going to class and they don't have time, right? They're just on the way to class. They might have time to look at the Insta stories. And as a matter of fact, I have heard from various colleges that they have found success when it comes to reaching out students using their Insta stories. Another great option for Instagram is Instagram Live. Right now, in the times of COVID, there are a lot of people using Instagram Live. You already have followers on your Instagram. And if you do, we want to be sure that people are engaged with you. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know what you're thinking. Perhaps you have an Instagram takeover with one of your student leaders or ambassadors or work study students. And so you definitely want to use that option. Also on Instagram, on Facebook, when we compare Instagram and Facebook, on Facebook you can elaborate your post a little bit more with more words. On Instagram, on the other hand, you want to use short captions, maybe like 2 to 3 sentences, no more than that, because Instagram is about the visual. All right, so let's take a look at when are the best times to post on Instagram. Fridays 10 to 11 seems like the highest engagement. And also Wednesdays, 11 to noon, and 1 to 2. I wonder if students are checking their Insta before going to lunch and after lunch. We do see a little bit of engagement on Saturday, here it says, but it seems that Wednesday and Fridays are the best days to post on Instagram. All right, Twitter. Twitter has a 280 character limit. That includes words, that includes emojis, that includes everything. So you definitely want to be sure that you are keeping track of the wording that you use. You want to keep it short and sweet. As we mentioned, Facebook, you can elaborate a little bit more. Instagram, a couple sentences, no more than that. Twitter, perhaps you want to share an article from a national or state leader in your field, right? So perhaps you want to do that and you want to post a quote from that article, or you want to post your own thoughts about the article. If you retweet your colleagues and other departments or centers, it increases your account visibility, and it also it increases it raises the level of like, oh, that's a really neat account, because they're a trust partner and they're raising the awareness of other people. So it's like a trusted messenger, if you will. Twitter is also used when you go to conferences or events. Perhaps there is something that one of the speakers mentioned, perhaps it's the keynote, perhaps it's the person doing the welcoming, and it really resonated with you, so you want to tweet that. It's right there and then that you want to tweet that. Also, you can quote speakers, as I mentioned, or if you see, like if you go to a conference and you see an old colleague, for instance, take a picture and put it on Twitter and tag them, very important. And one of the difference between Facebook and Twitter is that on Facebook, come on, let's be honest, if we see a person that posts a lot of times on Facebook, we're gonna get tired of it. We're like, come on. But on Twitter, because there's a lot of people posting a lot of news, right? And especially if there's a lot going on right now, whether it's where you live, in the state, in the world, if there's a lot going on, if you only post once a week, there's a less likelihood that it's going to be viewed by others, by your followers, right? So you want to post multiple times throughout the week. It increases your chances of outreach. You want to be sure that you include hashtags to increase visibility of the post. Very, very important. And if you are on Twitter, you definitely have to use TweetDeck and Twitter Analytics. TweetDeck, just like on Facebook, you can schedule posts. TweetDeck is used to schedule posts, and also there are sections, columns, if you will, where you can break down and follow in particular specific accounts. For instance, you can follow your partners' accounts, you can follow the centers on your campus, you can follow other schools, and it will give you the category. So every day or every other day, if you check TweetDeck, you can see, okay, I want to see what other colleges are doing right now. I want to see if they're posting something. You can scroll down, and because it's already there for you, it's kind of like filter information, if you will. So it's very, very useful. Twitter Analytics gives you data on your posts and outreach throughout the month. So you can see your best performing posts, you can see how many new followers you were able to gain throughout the month. You can see your outreach on Twitter. So it's a great tool to use. Remember how we engage in your audience. So over the course of the last year, we have been doing a social media campaign using the official networks account and hashtag NC Engage Campus. What I've noticed is that not all of our centers use Twitter yet. So that's why I have another slide for you on how you get understanding more about what Twitter is. Twitter is the ticker tape of the 21st century. It's a news wire that we're constantly generating ideas and news. Think about it as a school project, and you were given the task of creating kind of a TV, if you will, and you can post pictures, articles, and you control how fast the wire moves and what kind of information is out there, right? So it's very, very useful. So I would recommend checking out pages of people you admire, institutions that are comparable, aspirational institutions as well. Check out those pages and ask yourself, what feels authentic to me? What resonates with me? What resonates with our campus community? And also what catches your attention? And after that, give it a try. All right, so let's take a look on when is the highest level of engagement on Twitter, which days and times. Ooh, Saturday, 5 to 6. I wonder if the educational world perhaps is using that Saturday evening to see what did I miss, and everyone is on Twitter at that time. So it might be useful to schedule a few posts on during that time. But we also see the Monday through Friday, 9 in the morning, 9 to about 2 o'clock works well. Wednesday, it's also another popular day between 9 to noon. Okay, great. So this is a good way for you to schedule your posts. Again, if you can schedule your posts, that'll be amazing. But Twitter is definitely about, that's where people get their news. So if there is something, an article that you come across and is relevant, go ahead and tweet it. All right, let's see if you're paying attention. So suppose you are hosting the annual blood drive on campus. You are partnering with the Alumni Relations Office, the Intercultural Centers, campus activity boards to organize the event. Given the limitations of large gatherings as a result of COVID-19, you are preparing for this year's event differently. What is your social media strategy? I'll give you a couple minutes to think about this. All right, I see some comments. Instagram stories, pre, during, and post the event. Yes, Leah, yes. I think I will start with Instagram, yes. Instagram Live, some of the changes from past blood drive to make sure donors are getting info on how to register as donors will still being wanting to come back. Yes, that is amazing, right? Since the event is going to look different than last year, you want to use your social media accounts to let folks know, send reminders, right? So you definitely want to, email them, but also use your social media and be like, hey, remember, this is a new protocol for the annual blood drive this year. Behind the scenes photos, yes, on Instagram, with caption to highlight what is new or what they can expect and something exciting. That is awesome. Yes, those retro shots. I will start out a week, says Tiffany, using all the media streams. The day of, I will use Instagram Live at the event. Yes, that is a great idea. Make sure to tag all of the other offices you're collaborating with. Yes, yes. Make sure that you are relaying all the information and you are also posting on Facebook. Yes, that is a good comment, because I mentioned that we're doing the NC Engage Campus social media campaign, and on Facebook, on one of the institution's activities, there were a couple of alumni that were really interested on that event and wanted to know more. So there's definitely you definitely want to keep Facebook updated as well. Right. Yes, make sure that you have an infographic. Yes, a simple and cute infographic on Instagram will work well. Wow, those are really good options. I will also mention that perhaps you want to consider tweeting about it, right? Definitely using Twitter, because even though your administrators, some of them are not on Instagram, a couple of them, I would say they are on Facebook, but I would say that they will be on Twitter more than they will be on Instagram. And although they will be aware of the event, if they're aware of the event and they also see it on Twitter, they're like, then all of a sudden it's undermined, and you might gain even more credibility and support from your institution. So be sure that you use all of your social media platforms for the blood drive event or any other event. All right, folks, that was it. Thank you so very much. That was a quick dive into Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Be sure that you are liking us and that you're using the official hashtag for the network and NC Engage Campus. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Ciao.